So, this sort of almost ending episode of Legion, I thought it was going to be a little bit of a filler episode. I'm still over Sid. Nothing's changed in that aspect. But the fact that she's like, oh no, we can't kill David because now he's a baby. I get it, totally get it. You're not up for killing babies. But the fact that the episode is going on, okay, so her and the Carries are in the timeline where David's supposed to be. They find out that David is a baby, and Sid is just casually talking to David's mom. Like, okay, and David's mom's like, yeah, is this real? Because I got some mental illness, and I'm not convinced. But David is kind of in the same time stream, except in a different area. He's with his dad. Who is with Amal Farouk. And as the episode goes on, you see David as Legion becoming essentially the villain. He stops, I want, British David to come back. When he was in season 1, where, was it season 1? It was season 1, where he had this, epiphany of the fighting scene and all this stuff. He was filling in the blanks. He didn't necessarily know all the details. So saying, hey, yeah, guess what? You're going to fight Amal Farouk. Hey, Dad, you're going to fight Amal Farouk. And then you're going to drop me off. You're going to, put me on somebody's porch. What is that? You notice his dad is no. He sort of doesn't believe that this will happen. But I'm also playing it in the fact that that's not how it played out. We obviously won't know because the next episode is the final episode, and there are now 2 Amal Farouks because of the demons that are coming out from Switch. Switch is dying, so there's that. And the demons are there, and I'm thinking to myself, the demons are going to get inside David. It's not going to be the actual Shadow King, it's going to be the demons. Well, the demons went away for now, and now there are 2 Amal Farouks and David and his father. Okay, David is a little cray-cray, and he has multiple versions of himself, essentially, and in the trailer for next week, for the final episode, it seems that him and all of his personalities are going to gang up on Amal Farouk. Well, which Amal Farouk? Is Amal Farouk actually smart enough to play the game of, there's only one of me, we can still let this happen? Or are they going to actually have two against two-ish? Since Legion is essentially the ish in this stance. Because it is the last episode, and I am convinced that they're going to just start from the beginning, I think Amal Farouk is going to play the hand of, you didn't know there were 2 of us. Guess what? This still happens. Or everybody dies. That could be a reason. So that's super fun. Guess Lenny's actually really dead. That kind of blows. I did have to laugh, though, the fact that when David first shows up to Amal Farouk, he's like, wait, I don't like this. And he tries to read David's mind. David's mind is essentially his party pad with his family. I knew that everybody was on the astral plane with him. Him having being in an actual space messed up my theory for that. When Sid and everybody decided to, hey, we're going to go get David, I was convinced he was on the astral plane, so how is that going to work? Well, it's probably a little bit of both. And I think if all his family is essentially dead, I guess he can keep them alive in his memory. I don't know. That aside, it is sad that this will be the last episode, next episode. And I want to see how everything kind of plays out. So that's really all I got. This episode was kind of dragged a little bit. It was interesting, but let's get on with the point. That's all I can really say. Let's get on with it already.